It starts off like any ordinary road trip until 18-year-old Lisa Kimmell vanishes into thin air somewhere in Wyoming. 8 days later, her body turns up in a river. She's been held captive for 6 days, then stabbed and thrown off a bridge. For years, no one knows who killed her. And when the truth finally comes out, it's more twisted than anyone imagined. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris. Let's recap. It's March 25th, 1988. Lisa Kimmell leaves Colorado, planning to swing through Cody, Wyoming to pick up her boyfriend on the way to Billings, Montana, her hometown. It's an 8-hour drive straight up through the middle of nowhere, but Lisa never makes it. Somewhere on that quiet stretch of highway across Wyoming, she disappears. The last confirmed sighting is a state trooper who pulls her over for speeding in Douglas, Wyoming. That's about halfway through the trip. After that, she's just gone. Her family joins police, handing out flyers, scouring highways, hoping she'll turn up safe. But 8 days in, that hope is shattered. It's April 2nd, 1988. 2 men are fishing near Casper, Wyoming, when they spot something caught in the weeds. It's Lisa, face down, floating. Her body was dropped from the old government bridge into the icy river. She's been beaten, stabbed, and according to the coroner, held captive for nearly a week. The injuries show she was sexually assaulted repeatedly. Whoever did this didn't just kill Lisa, they tortured her. And whoever did it vanished without a trace. As the shock of her murder sinks in, investigators are left asking one huge question: where's her car? Lisa drove a black Honda CRX with custom Montana plates that read LIL MISS. It was her childhood nickname, Little Miss Lisa Marie, and with a plate like that, it should have been easy to spot. And here's where things get eerie. Not long after her body is pulled from the river, Unsolved Mysteries runs a segment on the case, and suddenly, tips start pouring in. Multiple people claim they saw Lisa's car after she was already dead. One witness is a woman married to a local county sheriff. She says she spotted the car just hours after Lisa's body was found. It was Saturday at noon, she said, and a little black sports car pulled out right in front of me. I saw the plate, Little Miss, and I'm absolutely certain there was a young girl driving it. No doubt in my mind. Another eyewitness says they saw the exact same car in Casper, with a blonde woman behind the wheel wearing a yellow sweater. Police start chasing sightings, some as far away as Canada. Everyone's reporting the same thing: Lisa's car and someone who looks like Lisa driving it. But none of the tips go anywhere, and here's the kicker: no one can actually find the car. Not investigators, not search teams, not even Lisa's father, who charters a plane and flies over her entire route, hoping to spot that black Honda from the sky. Nothing. With no leads, no arrests, and no sign of her car, the case goes cold. Until something deeply unsettling shows up at her grave in Montana in October 1988, about 6 months after her murder. A handwritten note taped to her headstone. No one sees who left it, but the message says, "Lisa, there aren't words to say how much you're missed. The pain never leaves. It's so hard without you. You'll always be alive in me. Your death is my painful loss, but heaven's sweet gain. Love always, Stringfellow Hawk." The signature is not a real name, at least not one police recognize, but if you were watching TV in the 80s, you might remember it. Stringfellow Hawk is the name of a brooding helicopter pilot from the show Airwolf, a man who lives alone in a mountain cabin flying secret missions while searching for his missing brother. Is this just a bizarre reference, or is Lisa's killer leaving a twisted calling card? She'd just moved to the Denver area from Montana to take a job as an Arby's store manager. She'd worked for the company since she was 14, and her mother was a regional operations director. She saved up for her Honda CRX. She'd always wanted a sporty-looking car, and she especially loved her personalized Little Miss license plate. She was looking forward to seeing friends and family on this visit back to her hometown, and she was supposed to be picking up more of her clothes and things to take back to her new Colorado apartment. For 14 years, Lisa's case is cold. No leads, no arrests, no answers. Then, in 2002, everything changes. Cold case detectives get the break they've been waiting for. A DNA match. It points to Dale Wayne Eaton, a welder and ex-con in his late 50s. He's already locked up on a gun charge and facing manslaughter for killing another inmate. That's how they got his DNA, and that's what finally links him to Lisa's murder. Police search Dale's remote property, and the pieces of the puzzle finally fall into place. Here's what they think happened to Lisa. According to Dale, she pulled over to rest on his property, and he came up to the car with a gun. When he saw she was alone, he forced her out of the car and into an old 1950s school bus he was living in. It had no real power or running water, just a propane stove and a small bed. For nearly a week, he held her captive there. Then, on the evening of the 6th day, he fed her roast beef stew, dressed her in socks and underwear, and drove her 70 miles to Old Government Bridge. He hit her over the head with a lead pipe, knocking her out, then stabbed her 6 times before dumping her body into the river. And they find something else on his property. Buried near an old shed is Lisa's black Honda CRX. The license plate, still there. LIL MISS. Lisa was different than his other alleged victims. That's what investigators believe based on the number of newspaper articles he kept about her disappearance, as if he was following every detail. And let's not forget that bizarre note on her grave hundreds of miles away, the one signed Stringfellow Hawk. Dale wrote it, according to a handwriting expert. No one's sure why, but he must have identified with the Airwolf character. An isolated, emotionally broken man with a dark side he tried to hide. By 2003, it's finally over. Dale Wayne Eaton is convicted of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and sexual assault. After nearly 15 years of heartbreak and unanswered questions, Lisa's killer is behind bars. But is she his only victim? Some investigators believe he may have killed more than just one LIL Miss. In 1998, 4 years before he's connected to Lisa Kimmell, Dale comes across a young family stranded on the side of the road, a married couple with a baby, so he offers them a ride. A few miles in, things take a terrifying turn. Dale pulls out a gun, tries to take them down a remote road, but this time, his plan backfires. The father manages to wrestle the gun away while the mother stabs Dale with his own knife. They survive, but the details are hauntingly similar to what Lisa probably went through, and they're most likely not his only other victims. Experts say Dale checks all the boxes of a serial killer, and he's considered a strong person of interest in multiple murders and disappearances. But Lisa's family isn't finished with him. Not yet. In 2005, they take him back to court, this time for the wrongful death of their daughter. And they win. Part of that judgment gives them ownership of his Wyoming property, the same remote land where Lisa was tortured, killed, and where her car had been buried all those years. And on what would have been Lisa's 36th birthday, her family takes control. They burn every building on that property to the ground. It was their way of making sure no trace of Dale Eaton's evil remained. So, what do you think? Did justice finally catch up with Dale Wayne Eaton, or are there still more secrets buried out there? Let us know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching All the Crime in Half the Time. I'm Chris. Amy and I are here with new recaps 3 times a week. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a story. Until next time, take care.